fast. All right, guys, give me a round of applause for CriticalCyd and Sonic Colors.
Let's go!
Yeah. All right, so before I start, let me just introduce my coach. We are Frog and Sonic Generations runner, and Gareth here, another Sonic Colors runner. They're gonna help me a bit with commentary. And here we have Takede, she's gonna laugh at me when I mess up. But yeah, with that we're pretty much good to go. So I'll give you a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Welcome everybody to Sonic Colors with a U on the Nintendo Wii without a U. To end the European invasion here, that is the Sonic Lock. So this is a modern Sonic game, which means that we're gonna have both 3D and 2D sections as well as the boost system. That guy can be a bit mean sometimes, but it's not that big a deal. And unlike the other two games, the boost in this game comes exclusively from something called boost wisps, which are in specific capsules, specific enemies, all that good stuff. You also have other kinds of wisps, like the drill wisp right here, that give Sonic special power-ups, and I just did the route for a different level. And you'll be seeing a bunch of those throughout this run. Can do a little bit of a loop skip right there. But yeah, unlike Sonic Generations, this is entirely the modern style of gameplay, so no classic Sonic or any of that nonsense.
So the constant rail switching he did actually maintains his momentum, so because boost management's a big deal in this, so he just had the boost once and then just do the rail switch from there, and he maintained his whole speed.
So just to say, like, kind of stuff I have to my availability. Of course, I have the boost on the ground and in the air, and I have a slide, I have a stomp, I have Sonic's homing attack. And unlike most other 3D Sonic games, I also have a double jump, which is going to come in quite handy in this run. Once again, I'm going to use the drill wisp here, which is a nice power-up. Lets me drill to the ground, use me to drill faster, all that good stuff. Most of the wisps are pretty straightforward with their names. And just to explain a bit more about what this category even is, X-Shuttle is essentially going through all of the main story stages that you would encounter in any percent, except you have all of the wisps unlocked from the start, and you do not start every stage with 0 boost. Instead, all of the boost carries over between stages, which is very useful. Makes boost management a lot more handy, and you know, allows for some alternative routes here and there. It also cuts out like all map movements and all cutscenes, and the other downtime, which is very nice. It's just the ultimate speedrunning mode. Right here at the start of Tropical Road Act 3, I'm gonna do a good boost jump and then air boost all the way over here. The game intends you to use the laser over there, but I would rather save the laser for this. And laser, it just shoots you forward at an incredibly high speed. If you hit diamonds, it will redirect you. And in 3D, you can aim the laser left and right, and in 2D, you can aim it up and down. Some more drill. Drill can also go through these pipes, which can speed things up quite a bit. The pipes do often have wonky hitboxes. And yeah, I'm gonna avoid those little boost pads there. Just makes it a little bit faster. Oh boy.
Good job.
Like I said. Alright, so use the laser to go up here and take the pulley to the goal ring. So the way the stages in this game are set up, you have 6 worlds as well as a small final world, and in each world you will have 6 stages and a boss. Some of the stages, like this one, are rather short and reuse assets of the other stages. Pretty much just here for filler. This uses part of Tropical Resort Act 1, which is why I did the X4 stress in Act 1 earlier. You can definitely get them confused now and then.
Yeah.
Alright, Tropical Resort Act 5. This is where we meet my favorite wisp of all time, Spike Wisp. Now, Spike Wisp gives Sonic his spin dash ability back, and you can cling to walls and ceilings and all that good stuff. And if you use him on the wrong surface, he will either get stuck or go the opposite direction and just do whatever it wants. I do not like Spike Wisp. It bullied me. It stole my lunch money.
Yeah, that lunch money.
Yeah. Okay, this stage uses a bunch of assets from Act 3. And just gonna use the laser right here. Cool.
So one small little thing he did back in the last stage, when you boost and jump on a ramp at the slope at the right angle, you can actually get a lot of height, which allowed him to skip a little section there. And he'll be using that throughout this run.
Yeah, ramp jumps are very, very nice.
Also another quick level.
Yeah. This stage is incredibly nice when you have boost from the previous stage. It just makes it super fast. Alright, this is a boss. I have to hit him 3 times. Unless I use the laser wisp that is available in this stage, which does more damage. There's a wisp in every boss that does extra damage. So there you go, that's him already done, and now he's just gonna take a while to die. And, yeah.
Nice.
Good fight.
Yeah! That was incredibly easy. So that's the first world. Nice introduction to the game. And nothing too unusual there. But then we head into Sweet Mountain, which is really going to ramp things up. Because just reversing this stage is already incredibly hard. I kind of rub against some invisible walls right there, which will maintain my height, allowing me to get further. And I'm going to hop over these ramps right here. Easy.
So you'll see this coming on with the stage, but Sweet Mountain Act 1 is probably one of the most technical stages that we do in this run. And you'll see why in a bit.
Over there. There's also some other different kinds of 3D sections. They're kind of divided into like free roaming sections, like you've been seeing for the most part, and then a little drift section, like earlier in this stage. And the drift sections, I rarely actually use the drift. I rather just tap it, so I have quick turns.
So back there on that spring, you have a few frame window that he can actually jump over the spring and not have to deal with that whole little animation, save a few seconds.
All right, there I'm gonna bounce on the robot's head in order to get to the tunnel up there. Because if I take the pulley up there, then it locks my ability to jump. A lot of things in this game will do that. Like certain triggers you can hit, certain boosters, they will just completely disable your ability to jump. And I kind of wanted to be able to jump so I could avoid that trick ramp. And those trick ramps just kind of start a slow QTE section, by which I mean you press A and then you receive compliments. That's
They're very friendly.
Yeah, so generous.
This game is so good at boosting your ego, man.
We're actually going to see one right up here.
Yeah, and in this one I'm going to hit it once, which will send me to a rail. It sends you to different places, depending on where you hit it. But hopefully I'm also going to combine it with our first little skip.
Yeah. For this first skip, we're going to hope that he could make it into the back 2D section. Oh, well, rip.
Yeah.
So if he jumps at the right time on that rail, it actually will sling him into the 2D section behind the rail, but it's a kind of tight timing. So.
Yeah, I was kind of too late with the jump there.
But it's not a big deal if you miss it, and it doesn't kill you if you do it wrong.
Nope, I could just do the stage as normal, do a little nice ramp jump to skip a fight. And fortunately, this is one of the smaller skips. It only saves like 13 seconds. So, it's no biggie. And that's definitely one of the more common ones to mess up. As this game progresses, the skips get bigger and crazier and crazier. Anyway, right here we have good old friend Sweet Mountain Act 3. Here we meet another new wisp, the Rocket Wisp, which will blast off again. It just goes up, that's pretty much all it does. Has slow build up, you won't see it used much. I can also buffer it there to make sure it's used at the right time as soon as it becomes available. There we go. And now right here, I could take the rails to go to the right path that I want, or I could do a nice little drift. Very nice. Saves an additional couple of seconds to take a rail. This is one of the only places you'll actually see me drift, and that's mostly because it's for setup and a little bit of speed, but that was a nice Act 3. And now here's Sweet Mountain Act 4. I'm just going to, take some damage and use invulnerability frames to get through lasers, and the rest I'm going to leave to Gedrith to explain.
So he's going to get a laser whisk coming up here, and we're going to use it with a combination of the 3D and 2D to pretty much skip this giant elevator section that takes so long. So up here, we have to jump over this trigger for the speed pad, which would lock us into the section. And then we'll jump up here, and then Cyd jumps over and kind of lines himself, jumps on the laser whisk. Now, with this angle, with us also still having 3D, we can just go straight to the goal
Nice.
break. There's another strat you can kind of do when you're wanting to hit that laser whisk of just doing a blind just boost and stomp on it, which I do when I ever get around to doing runs. It only saves like a second, though, if even that.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can be like Frog and take the elevator shame.
Yeah. And that skip just saves so much there. It's absolutely filled with elevators. That robot is mean. Doesn't always let me bounce on his head. This stage is pretty normal as far as things go. Just gotta make sure to get all my boost here. Boost into that, which send me there. Some more spike whisk. Gotta make sure I don't use this one on the wrong surface, otherwise it will send me backwards. Sometimes we'll just do so anyway. And there we go. Which already brings us to X6 of Sweet Mountain, where we're really gonna see some useful stuff for Spike Wisp for once.
If it behaves.
Yeah, because Spike Wisp actually has a lot of speed behind it, and you can carry that over into your jump quite well. Skip a little bit of a loop there. And let's see if I can get a good spike jump. That's alright. Another one right there.
Oh, nice.
That was pretty good one.
Alright, that's could have been better. A few seconds for sure, but
The ideal gets you all
hey,
the way to the other side.
Spike Wisp behaved. That's all I want. That's all I want. Alright, and now we actually have a bit more of a substantial boss fight. This one actually involves like a little ship section where I have to take down the ship, after which the boss becomes vulnerable, and I homing attack the boss 3 times. Or I could use this lovely little drill wisp to make him spawn instantly, and only have to do 1 hit to drill him in his butt. Right there. And because this does so much damage, normally you have to take down the ship 3 times and then homing attack him 3 times on the ground. With this, you only have to do each of those things twice. And these drill wisps are always in the same bullets, so I make sure to hit those on the way. And in the butt. And there we go. That is Sweet Mountain. That was actually pretty good. Which means we're about to head into the stage, into the world with the most downtime, a lot of automated running. And during this first one, I cannot speed it up at all. After that, we have a cool little skip that is going to happen. But until then, we have time for a quick donation.
Sure thing. We got a $25 donation from Ezio saying, gotta go at a decent speed. And a $25 donation from Anonymous. First time donating on SGDQ. Loved playing Sonic Colors. I can't wait to see the speed run.
All right, so here I actually specifically got rid of my boost because for some reason in this automated section, air dashing is fastest. And now I want to avoid the automated run trigger for this next part. Very nice.
So now he's going to hope he can get jump at just the right time and avoid the trigger, which he did. And now he's going to boost over to the next auto run section and get the trigger.
Nice, nice.
If you mess up any part of that skip, it's over. You die, lose 40 seconds, you go inside the 2D section inside the ship that you're meant to do, you lose 20 seconds, and but I got it. It's very nice. And yeah, now we have automated running a lot. So, Buffalo, donations, please.
You got it, Cyd. $50 from Mattman16024. Hey all, this is one of my favorite times of years. Gotta go fast. We also have $15 from Lucid Dreamer. I had the misfortune of missing the Sonic block the past few years, and I'm now resolved to see it in person. What a great block. Gotta go fast and kill the animals.
So yeah, this is also one of the other 3D sections that you'll be seeing a bunch, a quick step section, which the game very generously gives you a bunch of points for quick stepping. So, very, very generous game. Even just using a wisp gives you a bunch of points. And that's really all you can do in those sections. But now we are gonna skip this launch pad right here with some wall jumps, and then we have the best wisp in the game, Cube Wisp. It turns cube blocks into cube rings and vice versa. And if I do everything right, this is the only time we're gonna see it. Because despite being the best wisp, it's not actually all that useful. But it's blue!
Yeah, it can do no wrong.
Little slide at the end there to avoid being turned into a Sonic pancake. And there we go. That marks the end of the stage with a skip and not much else happening.
Solid time.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
Next stage is going to go by a lot quicker, and there's some really precise spike movement that I have to do here. You can cancel Spike's spin dash by pressing the A button, and I'm going to be doing that a bunch here to make sure I don't use too much meter, and I can actually make it all the way to the end. Oh boy. Still a 17, very nice. Would have been a 16. Just as good as you can get, pretty much. Alright, Starlight Carnival Act 3, the bouncy stage. Shoutouts to Bouncy Boy. Alright, for the most part, I'm gonna want to avoid these bouncy platforms with some nice platforming, but at the points where the bouncy platforms are gonna go up, I can't actually do all that much. So, Buffalo, if you want to read some donations, go right ahead, buddy.
We got a $51 donation from Hard Cider. SGDQ is my favorite event of the year. Good luck to the runners, and in spirit of Sonic, gotta go fast. We have a $150 donation from Solera. Been watching for about 2 years now, and glad to finally be able to donate.
Thank you very much.
Horizontally, you can make a move a little bit faster, which is very useful in the second bouncy stage that's going to come up in the Aquarium Park. But for now, that was pretty nice. Now we have Starlight Carnival Act 4, which is a good stage.
No, it's not.
It's
a
good.
Not. This stage is awful, and Kirby Master would agree with me.
It's alright.
No.
So yeah, if you do all of your movement really nicely here, you can make it before any of those green orbs manage to hit you. Get all the way up there. The police, very nice. And we just kind of boost throughout this last section. There was also another wisp available here. It's called the Frenzy Wisp. Not actually going to come in handy at all until... yeah, Asteroid Coaster, actually. We don't use Frenzy much at all. And now we have another automated running section. And once again, every automated section kind of behaves differently. For this one, you actually had to hold forwards in order to move the fastest you can. Want to not mess around with stomps, which I used to do. And yeah, just gotta make sure I get out of this with full boost. We're also going to be meeting a new Wisp in this stage, which is called the Hover Wisp, which will unlock Sonic's ability to light dash along trails and rings. And the nice thing about that light dash is when you're doing the light dash, the meter of the hover doesn't deplete. So if I just spam the hover and the light dash button, then I can make it much further. I can get much more use out of my power.
So here's what he's talking about. He's going to be spamming it to save up meter so he can actually get a lot farther than he's supposed to, and then just skip a whole hover section.
Here we go. The idea behind optimizing this is to also not go overboard with spamming, because the longer it lasts, the slower it moves. Hover slow.
That's what I could be doing wrong.
Yeah, you've been going slow. Don't go slow, Gedrid. This hover is actually impossible to pick up.
Why can't I hold all these hovers?
I know.
So here's a very long mash. He's going to go up to that top left pillar up there and try to get another hover. There's of course some backup strats you can do if you don't make it. And you want to be careful to make sure you're not mashing B when you come out because you'll boost off into nothing.
It's a Sonic game, so everything is bound to the same button.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Except the picking up the hover part. Alright. Some more hover action in this stage, except I'm mostly not going to be mashing. Just got to make sure I hit all of my light dashes properly. So there's enough hover wisps around where I don't need to mash much, except for this little section coming up. Don't mash too much either, or you get launched right into those spikes, which have a surprisingly large hitbox. And then we're going to skip a hover at the end here by bouncing on this guy, doing a wall jump, and make it all the way over there. I really like that strat. Which means it's already time for the boss. And this boss, I like to call it a Sesame Street boss because it tests your ability to count. At first, I'm going to do 10 hits in the center. This one I don't have to count, 10 is the max that you can hit him in his center. And you kind of got to time them out rather than try to mash. And now he's going to drop a laser wisp, which I'm going to want to pick up. I'm going to do 9 hits in the center. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. Ha ha ha.
Good job.
I counted correctly. And now his center is too damaged for me to once again hit him 9 times there. I can only hit it 6 times. So I'm going to try to bait him to the edge right here so I can hit one of the engines instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And even though you can sort of bait him, it's still a bit luck dependent because he either picks one of the 3 lanes or the lane that you are on. So you can only improve your chances. And I'm glad he didn't screw me over because I have been getting the worst luck on this guy, even like shooting center twice, which is super slow. But that was a nice boss.
Nice.
And a good Star Carnival. All right, Planet Wisp. We've already seen this in Sonic Generations. And in this time, it's not going to crash. I could make it crash, but I have to go out of my way for that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah,
It's
let's
also not
do
as
that.
long.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of why people got a bit upset with Sonic Generations and Planet Wisp in there, is because the stages in Sonic Colors for Planet Wisp are pretty short and just honestly very nicely designed. This is one of my favorite worlds to speedrun.
Also piano.
And the piano is so good.
Yep.
Spike again. Get up there. Oh. And you know what? I still feel a bit sad about missing the Sweet Mountain 2 skip, so the game is gonna make me feel better.
Amazing!
Thank you, game. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It really helps me out. Alright. So since we're doing Planet Wisp 1, I also want to give a quick shout out to Cryptic Jackknife, which is one of the defining runners for this game. He's been pushing the meta on and on. And this is his all-time favorite stage, so I figured this would be the best time to shout him out. And there's actually quite a bunch of skips that he has found, and quite a bunch of skips that, of course, Darkspine Sonic has found, which has run plenty of Sonic games here at GDQs.
Shoutouts to DSS for every time he touches this game, he finds something new.
Yep. Alright. Now for a tiny little skip that hopefully I can get here, which is a bit of a really weird clip. I'm gonna stomp in the right point, and unfortunately I didn't get it. Because this stage, because it has like a loop down there, it has multiple layers of 2D sections. So if you stomp and then jump and boost at the right time, you can trick it that you're on the other layer. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get it. It's very common. It's a very inconsistent trick. Only loses 6 seconds though, so no biggie. And I'm just gonna bounce on this guy's head. Thank you for the lift. Boing, boing, boing. Otherwise, it's just a very nice stage to do. Now here's another stage that is a good stage, despite what Getters and Creepypasta say. It starts with a bit of a quick step section. Not much I can really do to speed it up. Just gonna boost to make sure that I hit all the robots that are in my way. And it's gonna just reward me with boosts at every turn. I'm gonna pick up this laser right here. And this laser I actually want to keep for the end of the stage. I'm also gonna quick step at a specific time there, which will bypass a speed cap that will otherwise happen, which will allow me to actually jump up here. Then I'm gonna use this ramp to jump off of, get over that, and I shoot the laser.
Why can it be
right
that
there.
easy?
Makes it
73.
look so easy.
I know.
Very nice stage.
I'm so jealous.
Just press buttons.
Oh yeah, and press buttons go fast.
Press
Yeah.
buttons, go fast.
Simple, right?
What could go wrong?
You could press the buttons poorly. All right. I feel pretty good about that Planet Wisp Factory, you know? So, Thank you. Thank you, game. Thank you. Not much to say about this game, about this stage. Not much to say about this game. I'm just going to be quiet for the rest of the run. But not really. Just got to ricochet this laser off of the wall right there. That's what this guy said. And there we go. Now we actually have a stage that benefits quite a lot from X Shuttle, because normally you don't have any boosts like in the stage available unless you take a lower route. And because I could carry over enough boosts from the previous stage, I could just use that to take the top route. And I actually want to get all of it away right here, so I can do that air dash, jump up there, and there we go. Quick stage.
Nice.
Planet Wisp X6 coming up, and this is a scary one because there is going to be a 2D section coming up where I can actually jump and boost into earlier. However, if I do not get my jump and my boost right, then I am potentially going to have to land on like a conveyor belt of really small platforms, and I didn't get my homing attack there for some reason.
That can happen.
Unfortunate.
This
That shouldn't happen.
yeah. This game suffers from dead frames and dropped inputs quite a lot.
Yeah, that suffered from me pressing the buttons poorly. I'm not going to blame the game when it's not actually the game's fault. It doesn't actually matter for the boost. You start this with 0 boost anyway. But let's see if I can get a good jump. That looks pretty good. Gotta get the boost right. And
Nice.
there we go. Whew.
So you can sometimes get a very unfortunate placement and fall straight through into the... it's just not fun.
Ideally, you get it all the way to the safe platform. But right there, I actually had to do landing on one of the smaller platforms, which is scary. But I pulled it off, so it's perfectly fine. And this last section is really slow, so I'm just gonna not bother and use the spike whiz to go over the top. There we go.
Nice.
Actually made sure to get rid of my boost as well, which makes this strat a little bit easier. You might recognize him from Tropical Resort, except he's even faster, because he's dead already.
Yep.
So after you hit him once, he normally goes into an attack where he is invulnerable. But in between that and the attack, he has one frame where he is can actually be hit, and all I need to do is be in Spike Whiz form in front of his face on that frame. So everything was to set exactly that up.
Now it's time for the best area.
Quarry Park, man. This
Yeah.
place is so comfy.
Yeah.
Except this stage is actually quite hard.
So we have a really big skip coming up. It's going to skip pretty much all the stage. So once again, we're going to kind of abuse 2D and 3D, but we're also going to go out of bounds, which I believe is our first. It's our first really big one outside of Sweet Mountain Act 4. So Sid's going to hit this invisible wall here, and now he's actually out of bounds. So he's going to jump around this building and then use a speed boost to get up and over into the actual 2D section, still having 3D. Then go around the trigger. He needs to hit this boost whisk right down here, and then pretty much get back to the 3D section you get thrown to at the very end right here.
There we go.
So he's clearly skipped about 2/3 of the level just
Yeah.
doing that, and that is a lot harder than he makes it seem.
Very nicely done.
Yeah, very happy with that stage. Actually, gotta get rid of a lot of my boost here because I don't want boost on the next stage. That's fine.
Nice.
Whew. Very glad I got to show that off. It's one of the newer additions to the run. And then we have Act 2, which is just 20 seconds of solid platforming.
This is a great stage for warming up your hands.
Bam.
Nice.
Ooh. And now we have like the only like really slow stage in this area. Unfortunately, like we're actually gonna talk about the water physics now. They're actually pretty good in this game, I would say, for water physics in Sonic games. You could just kind of walk on the ground, easy peasy. And you actually have an infinite jump underwater as well. You can also use Drill Wisp, which we would have seen in Act 1 had I not, you know, broken the entire stage. And oh no, I'm gonna drown.
Oh no.
Oh no! Everything's perfectly fine. Alright, just gotta manage my boosts properly here. Not go too fast, because I still gotta be near that guy when he destroys himself. So I can actually get his boost. Rock it up. And there we go. Alright. And now we're gonna have a bunch of underwater movements with Drill Wisp, which will be significantly faster. Shout out to my boy Gareth on this one, it's his favorite stage.
We had a competition for a while on the stage, in which, by competition, I mean I beat his IL time twice, and then it took me a lot of tries, and he comes in and does it in like 5 tries and beats mine. It's like, oh, great.
Just gotta get my stomp right there.
Good timing.
Nice stomp. And another one right there. Take these pipes right here.
Pipes work sometimes.
They have really weird hitboxes.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of glad I haven't like bounced off one of them yet.
Also, that drill song doesn't get old at all.
Kind of does. Alright, and now we have a chase of robots. We were actually supposed to be introduced if at the start of the stage if I didn't, you know, go a different direction. And if I could do a quick step at the right time here, I can actually get double the boost capsules, but I didn't get it. So for the rest of the stage, time for 2 quick donations, I'd say. I forgot to avoid the lasers.
Well, if you guys enjoyed the blindfolded Green Hill Zone, we have now opened up another bit incentive for Zelda Majora's Mask to fight Majora blindfolded. Set at 5 million bits. I definitely think we can get there, though. So make sure to cheer those bits in the chat. Let's see Majora's fight blindfolded.
Alright, awesome. Now we head into Act 5, which is our B-boy stage.
So, fun little fact about the stage. The IL strap for the stage, which was found by DSS, is completely done off screen right here. He memorized all this platforming, and nobody else wants to do it.
I'm sure there's some other ILs out there that do it. Maybe. But let's not do that in a marathon. But still, this is actually a really fun stage to do, because the platforming is just that good. And it continues to be scary, TBH. And then right at the end, we have a very large section of just bouncing. So, Buffalo, take it away.
Sure thing. Make sure you guys make sure to put in your donations during the Sonic block as well. We have a couple of prizes that are currently available for a minimum $15. Gotta go fast scarf, Sonic logo scarf, and the Sonic food tray. So get your donations now. Minimum 15 gives you the opportunity to win those items.
I missed.
Sonic games have amazing soundtracks. Alright. Aquarium Park, Act 6, let's go.
This
When
stage
done,
is awesome.
when done right, this opening is very smooth. And I kind of mistimed my dash on that one. I have to destroy 3 wisps on 3 fishes on the way right here to get enough boost wisps for the rest of the stage. Give me a full boost meter. There we go.
Would you say there's time for a quick donation?
Nah. I am actually gonna have to explain a trick coming up, but first we also have a very scary 2D section right here, and I actually which I normally do a little bit differently, but because I messed up that strat, we're just gonna play it safe right there.
Hey, you did get your threats.
Better strats, yeah. And then I'm actually going to be using this hover that I picked up in the section earlier to get all the way up here. And I got to align myself with the 2D section coming up, because this is going to be another 3D in 2D. And the game never actually expects you to be underwater and 3D at the same time, so that is going to be quite broken. I can just pretty much go wherever I want, because infinite jump. Hey. Hey.
Oh.
Get in the goal ring.
All right, cool.
That also skips a really long and tedious fight, so that's really nice. Also made sure I had enough boost left for this boss right here. This boss is just a copy of the Sweet Mountain boss, except it's underwater. And the torpedoes, once again, give a drill, as long as I break it on something that is not the final capsule or Sonic's face. Sonic's face, turns out, doesn't yield drill wisps. But I kind of want them. Boop. And I'm gonna do it once again, so 1 donation, 1 donation.
Sure thing. We got $20 from Anonymous. Been a Sonic fan since childhood, and these runs are amazing. Keep up the great work. Money goes to Announcer's Choice.
Let's make it 2 donations.
$15 from DJ, saying this donation is for my little sister who wanted to donate during the Sonic block for her favorite games. Also to save the animals, since it would break her heart to kill them.
All right. You're not getting away, please. Cool. Gotta warm my hands up for the upcoming world, because we have Asteroid Coaster coming up, the 6th world. And the final real world, I would say, because Terminal Velocity is just kind of whatever. And this is absolutely full of bonkers difficult skips. It's also full of roller coasters, in which you can jump. I would say don't try this at home, but if you have a roller coaster at home, give me a call, because I want to ride your roller coaster. Seriously though, don't jump at roller coasters. But yeah, there's a couple of skips coming up. One of them is really easy, but saves a lot of time. One of them is really hard and saves like 5 seconds. The really hard one, I actually gotta give credit for to Kirby Master. He actually found that by messing up the existing strat, so thank you, Kirby, for being bad at the video game. I'm just kidding, of course. Love you, Kirby. All right, but yeah, that right there, that little jump over the wall into an upcoming section, that skips like a 2D section, an introduction section for the Frenzy Wisp, and a roller coaster. A lot of time safe. Now for the really hard 3D and 2D. Just gotta boost around the 2D trigger right there. And we have gravity fields in Asteroid Coaster. Very nice. Nice. So that finishes the first of the hard stages. And oh boy.
Ooh, huh.
That's
That's go
close.
bad.
It's fine. All right, first of the hard stages done. Just let's not let up though, because Asteroid Coaster 2 is the hardest one. First we have Frenzy Skip right here. This one isn't too bad, but what Frenzy does is it goes on a rampage, and it also has a jump attack that has a lot of momentum, which I can combine with this ramp to get a lot of heights.
Oh,
Air dash is fine.
it's fine.
This is fun.
Everything is perfectly fine. And the upcoming one is actually pretty similar to Aquarium Park, in that I'm once again gonna have to land on a little strip of land out of bounds. After which I'm gonna jump around an invisible wall into an upcoming gravity field, land upside down, boost into another gravity field, and land into the goal ring. That or I'm gonna die.
So now he's out of bounds, and he's going to adjust himself so, because up here it widens up enough that you could actually force yourself back in bounds. So here's the gravity section. We're going to get on this platform boost. He's going to let go and then pull back right about now and go fall straight into the goal.
Nice! Yes, I'm really happy I got that in there. That is the most difficult strat in the run by far. I'm so glad I got to show it off.
Also, don't blink.
Oh yeah, don't blink. This stage is going to be over in a little bit.
I blinked.
It's over.
Dang.
You missed it.
Now the best level.
Oh yeah, this is like every speedrunner's dream. I'm gonna have to focus a lot on this one, Buffalo, so please come and bring those donations.
Sure thing. Just so you guys are aware, we do have a variety of Corsair equipment available as prizes. Corsair gaming mouse, a keyboard, the K70 and K95, as well as the MM200 mouse pad. At least 10, 15, 20, and $25 minimum donations enters you to win that, and then cumulatively, you get to $150 total donated throughout the entirety of the event. You can be entered to win the GDQ Custom Corsair PC. So make sure to get those donations in.
All right, we made it, guys. We made it.
Hard level.
So hard.
That was hard, yeah.
Whew. All right, now back to the actual stages. So right here, I'm gonna boost into that part of the laser, which will allow me to fall through all of those lasers. A little slide off the edge of the blocks, and if I time my laser just right, say yes!
The God laser.
Which will hit all of the robots at once. All right, guys, here we go. I want some audience participation from this one. As soon as I jump out of the roller coaster and boost, I want you all to yell supersonic speed. This is the Frogknock special, everybody. Supersonic speed! Yeah! So that is called the Frogknock special, which is amazing because he had neither found that skip nor ever pulled it off successfully. But he has failed it in hilarious manners, so we named it after him.
I did my part.
Heck yeah.
I'll get it one day.
You'll get it.
One day.
That skip is also actually exclusive because you need boost for it at the start of the stage. But yeah, that's not quite done with the insanity that is Asteroid Coaster though, because well, you already saw what we can do with 3D physics underwater, and there's water in this stage. There's also spikes that I just hit. But I'm gonna use these pogo sticks right here to boost the stump, break out of bounds. Gotta navigate my way back here, because even though I have underwater physics and I'm out of bounds, I am still stuck in 2D, so I gotta get 3D physics from here. There we go. And yeah, that's the stage. It's a nice little mini boss right there, and it's a goal ring.
Nice.
Very smooth. So do I go for it?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Yes.
Go for it. Right, so there exist two quick kills on this boss. One of them requires me to activate Rocket on a very specific frame. If I'm too late, I can go for the normal one. If I'm too early, I'm gonna have to take a death. I'm gonna go for it once.
So he hits it once just to activate into this 2D phase, which is what we needed for the quick kill.
Yeah, the Rocket is actually intended to skip the 2D phase altogether and go back to the 3D where you can do more damage. Is that it? One frame too early. Oh. Alright, so that means I'm gonna have to take a death. Fortunately, I already have 0 rings, so. Well, I can't restart the stage. If I restart, I actually restart the entire X shuttle, so that would be a problem. And now I'm just gonna go for the normal strategy.
So the normal strat is when, as you saw when he tried the first time, it slowly comes out of this like portal. So instead of hitting it right on the front, we just can hit it anywhere on the body.
Yeah.
And after that, we immediately have to stomp, to get to the ground as fast as possible and then not touch the controller.
Yep. All right. Stomp as fast as possible. And there we go. That hits parts of his hitbox that you're not supposed to be able to hit. It kind of messes up his AI a bunch. The portals are still there, and he bodies himself.
Yep.
You can get him to do that way earlier if you hit it on the right frame. Just kind of scrape past the front of his hitbox, and he'll do that instantly. And I have gotten it in runs before, just not that often. I'm pretty sure like I'm the only one stupid enough to go for it at the moment.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. There used to be a runner called Casa who was really good at the game back in the day. He used to go for that. But a lot has been found since then. So yeah, that is really the brunt of the run done. And now we have this final zone called Terminal Velocity. It's automated running all the way up until the final section where some boost management is going to happen. So until then, if you have any donations, go right
Just to
ahead.
make you guys aware of a couple of incentives that we're trying to work on. Pokemon Puzzle League coming up later on in the marathon. Capture Team Rocket needs $3,000 in total. Currently, we are at $2,393.51, which means that we are pretty gosh darn close. You also have the opportunity to name the Cyndaquil for the Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Currently, Torchic is in the lead, followed by Fire Sonic, and then Frenapon. So you can put in donations and try to name that Cyndaquil.
So gonna get some boosts right here. Also gonna not get hit. These robots are rude.
We're just trying to go fast.
Trying to race me. And now we get to the only part of the stage that actually really matters. We have this chaser guy again. And at the end of this part, he's going to go off screen, so I can no longer tell where his lasers are going to come from. So at that point, the only safe way to get me ahead of him is to actually...
Not get hit by lasers.
Yeah, to actually boost and stay ahead of him. Until then, I'm kind of going to boost and try to conserve my momentum with some good hops. Alright, and that should be enough boost to make it all the way.
This is definitely the most difficult chaser out of all the Sonic games. Like they have chasers and stuff.
Yeah, just because you can't freaking see
Yeah.
where the things are going to come from. And if you die, there's no checkpoints in this. You do the entirety of Terminal Velocity over again. That's 2 minutes gone. But there we go. Now we have the final boss. Funnily enough, not the final stage. They have a very cinematic ending after this. That's, so don't worry about time yet. But this boss is the main point of luck in this game. His first attack is always going to be cube. Can it be either 8 cubes or 6 cubes? 6 cubes, of course, slightly faster animation, but it's a matter of frames. His second attack can be a laser or a spike. Laser is slightly faster, so ideally I'd like that. Spike's still pretty fast. Laser also allows for the optimal pattern. Let's see what he gives me.
Yeah.
Alright, laser. That's good. Homing attack him and boost into him. For another extra hit. There we go. And now he's going to go behind me, and this is the main point where I could lose a lot of time, because he can use either cube, spike, or laser, or a combination of cube, spike, and cube, laser. I do not want the combination attacks. The combination attacks are really slow, so that's spikes, very nice.
Wait.
And cube.
Nice.
That is actually quite good. Ideally, you want the second attack to be laser, because when he does that, he skips part of his animation here, and you can hit him earlier. But that was still quite good luck. Face, boost into him. Very nice. And these last 3 attacks are always going to be a set of spikes, a gigantic cube maze for me to run through, and I'm going to hit it off, finish it off with a set of lasers. And at this point, the music also gets really epic, so sad we don't get to hear much more of it, but
Yeah,
The
phase
boss
2 is
fights.
amazing.
The boss fights in this game are just way too easy. Combine our whiz powers for one final attack. Bam. Got him.
Team Rocket blasting off again.
And now we have one final stage right here, which is Act 2. This one is always the same speed. It's going to be 28.89 seconds. So be prepared for time coming up. And really the only way you can lose time here is by dying. I'm going to pretend I've never done that before.
Sid.
I've never done it before, okay?
Do we need to talk afterwards?
No, everything is perfectly fine.
Sure.
Also, and time. Alright, so yeah.
Nice.
We go by in-game time with this, a mid-42, especially considering I failed the Astrid Goes Above skip once, which normally I probably wouldn't even have gone for. That's really good. I'm really happy with that. And I got most of the big stuff I wanted to show off, so yeah. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I really enjoyed that. Hope you
Yeah.
did too.
Good job, man.
And that marks the end of the European invasion that was the Sonic block.
Big shout out to the crew behind the scenes, like, who helped us all the time, like, they're the greatest, really.
確かに今言ってましたけど、ソニック3ゲームあって、1つがイギリス、1つがギリシャ、1つが
Yeah.
オランダかな。だからアメリカよりヨーロッパの方が人気あるのかなって今思いま
All
した。
right, thank you, CriticalCyd, for that Sonic Colors run. We have a couple of donations that have come in during the run. $25 from Fat Uncle Jubilant saying, first time watching SGDQ and I'm blown away. That blindfolded Green Hill run was sick. Thanks and good luck to all of the runners. And as a reminder, if you guys did enjoy the blindfolded Green Hill zone, we do have a new bit incentive that's come up. Majora's Mask during that part of the run, fighting Majora, the final boss
で、
blindfolded.
次からミラーゼッジが2連続で始まります。
We're at 566,000, so make sure to cheer those bits.
.更新しますか、忘れないうちに。次がミラーゼッジですね。さっきからずっと放送が止まったり動いたりしてますけど、これは本家の放送が
Alright,
止
for
まっ
those
て
of you
る
watching
の
on
で、
Twitch, we'll be right
こちらで
back
はどう
with
しようもない
the
です
Twitch ad.
改善するのを祈るしかないです。
ペイパルで今無料登録すると Steam で使える500円クーポンがもらえる。決済サービスペイパルならゲームの課金も素早く簡単、何度でも何回でも。詳細はペイパルのホームページで。ペイパルで今無料登録すると Steam で使える500円クーポンがもらえる。決済サービスペイパルならゲームの課金も素早く簡単、何度でも何回でも。詳細はペイパルのホームページで。
You're watching Summer Games Done Quick 2017, benefiting Doctors Without Borders, an international independent medical humanitarian organization that delivered emergency aid to people affected by armed conflict, epidemics, malnutrition, natural disasters, and exclusion from healthcare in 69 countries in 2015. All All right, coming up next is the interview for Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Again, my name is Buffalo Prime, and thank you again for hanging out during the Sonic block. Let's throw it over now to Proto Magical Girl and Matchbox Matt. Take it away.
Hello, I am here with the man of many talents, the handsome boy himself, Matchbox Matt, who will be running Mirror's Edge Catalyst coming up in a couple hours. So Matt, how you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling pretty good.
That's good. So, Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Let's start there. So it's the second game in the series. What I want to know is like, what coming from the first game and what's new, what's coming into this speedrun and making it worth putting next to the original game too?
Well, I think when people watch Mirror's Edge Catalyst, they're going to be surprised how different the movement tech is going to be. It's Mirror's Edge is like explosion in your face, lots of flying all over the place, and Mirror's Edge Catalyst is a little more down tempo. It still has like its fast, more intense moments, but the crazy tricks are riskier and more isolated. So it's kind of like
So it's more like, just straight running, pulling the small movement optimizations.
Yeah.
ミラーズエッジとミラーズエッジカタリストの違いの話をしてます。ミラーズエッジはもっとスピーディーでまっすぐしてるイメージだけど、カタリストはもっとトリックとかバグとかに重きが大きくて、もうちょっとスローペースな感じかなっていう話をしてますね。
You get to see the cream of the crop of the run. You get to see all of the missions without any of the mission-to-mission travel, and you have all the skills unlocked, because you have to unlock skills in Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
So you just come in and you're just like, you have all the cool parkour moves.
Yeah, so you can break it in different ways. You can still break it without all the skills, but of course. Yeah.
All right, so
そうですね。
let's talk about you then.
ミラー
So
ズエッ
you
ジ
are
1
a
作
man
目
of
では
many
バグな
talents.
しの
What draws
RTA
you
で
to
す。
speedrunning? Tell me.
Well, I'll start with Super Mario World.
2つ目は実は強くてニューゲームな
I
ので
just didn't want to stop playing it, so that was
余
right
計に
when
早いでしょうね。
what is it? Cloud
早い
Rush
という
came
か
out, and so I was trying to do that. And so I just kept on playing. I was like, oh, eventually, I just turned into speedrunning. So I mean, yeah, and then some fun thing to do.
Then how did you end up going from Mario to Mirror's Edge? That's kind of a gap there for sure.
No, it's kind of a huge jump. I guess the best kind of speed game is that you just don't want to stop playing the game that you're playing, and so you find different ways to challenge yourself. So.
For sure. All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to pull some questions from our Twitter now, just as a reminder. For some of our interviews, you can reply to tweets on the Games Done Quick account, and your questions may be featured on the stream. So first up, we have a question from Toto Nintendo S. Would you dare trying parkour IRL just knowing what you've learned playing Mirror's Edge?
It'd be entertaining. That's all I gotta say. No comment.
No flat answer for me?
No.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm not trying to die.
keep your eyes peeled across the skies of Minneapolis here. You may see Matt on a rooftop. Who knows? Next up, we have a question from the Harry Nord. How do you prepare yourself for such a large audience? Like, what have you been up to today, getting yourself ready?
Well, I mean, I've been running it like a little bit, trying not to overrun it. And, I mean, it seems like a large audience, but right now I'm talking to you and a camera, so...
So you're just getting in the zone,
Yeah,
just
it's pretty
focus,
chill.
Just you and that keyboard sort of thing?
Yeah, and once you're up there, I imagine that it's just going to be me and 3 friends hanging out.
Yeah,
more than
for
anything.
sure.
質問はね、
All right, one more question here.
で
And
か
I
い
like
観
this
客の
one for a
前
very
に立つ
particular
ときに
reason.
どんな準備するみたいな聞いてましたけど、
Shiriko
いや
asked,
別に
what was
今
the
カメラと
catalyst
あなた
for
に
you
話してる
getting
だけ
into
だ
running
し、
this game? I asked this
ね、
question
ゲー
a
ム
little,
始めたらゲーム
but
始
tell
め
me
に
more
向かうだ
about
けだ
this
から
game
ね
in
って言って
particular.
ます。
Okay,
余裕な
so this game, if you haven't heard, its reviews were... But I played it like right at launch, so I never read the reviews until after I beat the game. So I played the game and I was like, this game is so awesome. And then I read the reviews and I was like, okay, all right. But I just didn't want to stop playing it. So there's dashes in the game, so like little segments where the game is kind of training you to speedrun. So,
Well, yeah, the whole Mirror's Edge thing is it's like you're supposed to be running, going fast.
Yeah, and once you get into that, it's really addicting. So, I mean, that just kind of builds on itself. And also the community is really awesome. Like, the people are really cool. So.
So here's a question then. You talk about how Mirror's Edge is like built to be fast. You're meant to be running across buildings. You're never supposed to stop your momentum. Like even the combat is momentum based, which is really neat.
Yeah.
How does that play in a speedrun? Are you taking the tools that the game gives you, or are you just going your own way?
You can go your own way. Well, I mean, can you rephrase that just a little bit, like, as far as what?
Oh, sure. Okay, especially with like NG Plus, where you have like all these specific skills and things that you can do. Are you using the tools the game gives you? And if so, how much? And how much is like, you know, glitches, routing that doesn't come with the game? How much are you putting in with what the game gives you?
So you have like the intended developer tools, so like you have double wall runs and all that stuff, and you naturally use those, but then there's huge little things that people might not even notice that I'm doing, like just the direction of like camera angles and like holding on and kind of abusing like quick turns in interesting ways to gain height. I mean, there's a lot of little tiny things. So yeah, I guess I do go my own way quite a bit.
So you really want to just like, you take the physics the game gives you and you're taking advantage of like every little like thing.
Yeah, it's actually really easy to abuse because the game magnetizes you to walls and stuff, and that increases your speed, and you're going to see a lot of that.
Neat.
Like lots of bunny hopping and wall boosting.
All right, so we got to get going for this Mirror's Edge run. We're ready to run, but I have one last question for you. And for those of you who don't know, in addition to being a speedrunner, this man can sing. So Matt, I want you to answer this question in song for me.
Kinda.
How excited are you
この
for
人
this
歌手
run?
らしいですよ。
I am very excited, Proto, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. Oh god, that's going to be so cringy.
All right, well, that's all over here. Thank you, thank you.
Thanks.
Very good.
Thank you.
So gonna throw it back over to the stream, guys. We're getting ready for Mirror's Edge with Black Belt Ginja Ninja. See you around. I'm Proto Magical Girl here with Matchbox Matt. Keep enjoying Summer Games Done Quick. Nice. You nailed it.
All right, thanks for that, Proto Magical Girl. My name is Johnny Cage. I will be your host for the next couple hours here at Summer Games Done Quick 2017. We are just about to get ready going here with Mirror's Edge, being run by Black Belt Ginja Ninja, any % glitchless run. Just to give you an update on some current incentives, one that we just had added recently was Majora's Mask Blindfolded. Fight Majora Blindfolded. We need 5 million bits for it, so still a ways off, but plenty of time to reach that incentive. I know you guys want to see it. We have a $25 donation from Aluminum Batman saying, donating for the secret cow level in Diablo 2 because we must kill all the animals. Quick word from one of our sponsors, the Yeti. The Yeti is the official tea sponsor of Games Done Quick events since 2012. In celebration of providing shirts for their 10th Games Done Quick event, the Yeti has increased their shirt donation amount from $3 to $4. With each $11 shirt sold from the SGDQ collection, the Yeti will donate $4 towards Prevent Cancer Foundation. Shirts are available during SGDQ and until January 15th, which is not correct because this is for SGDQ. Visit theyeti.com/SGDQ and get your shirts today. We have a few more donations before we get set for the run here. $25 from Gino's Technician. Hey GDQ, longtime watcher, first time donator, blah blah, same as you've heard a billion times. Finally have money to donate to this beautiful cause. Loved Hap's coordinated run to start the marathon and loved every single run after it. Putting half my donation to killing the animals and half my donation to see some Tetris insanity on Thursday. If the commentator can please read my username correctly, my next donation will save the animals. Otherwise, it will kill them. Greetings from Prince Edward Island. Well, I'm going to go with Nose Technician. I hope that works for you.